Years before people started posting photos of banana bread, our next guest carried a video camera every place she went and captured almost her entire childhood. She is sharing it in a great new documentary called Kid 90. It premieres March 12th on Hulu. Please welcome Soleil Moon Frye. I'm excited to have you here.
This is a dream come true.
Oh, that's nice
Truly,
of you to say.
I am such a big fan.
Oh, that's very nice. And I am of you, too, because I have to say this documentary is just great. It is great to watch. And you know what? I will tell you another thing I said to my wife. You seem like a very good person.
Thank you so much. You're going to have me crying within moments because it just means so much, and to finally be able to share it with the world is such an incredible feeling, so thank you.
So a little bit of backstory. You, as a kid, you took a lot of video. You took tons of video.
I carried a diary from the time I was 5. I had an audio recorder at 12, and by the time I was a teenager, I documented everything and filmed everything growing up here in Los Angeles and then in New York. And then I locked it away for over 20 years in Tupperware, locked away in vaults.
How many tapes would you say you had?
Hundreds.
Hundreds
of hours of footage. And I just locked it away, and a few years ago was wondering if my life had happened the way I had remembered it. And so I unlocked the vault, and it was like unlocking Pandora's box.
So you started watching these videos just for your own pleasure?
Well, I think, you know, I turned 40, and I really was wondering if my life had happened how I had thought it had. And what I realized is I think that on a subconscious level, there was so much joy and bliss, and there was also a lot of pain. And I had lost some people that were very close to me.
Yeah.
And so I don't think I wanted to deal with the pain, or I wasn't ready to deal with it. And in unlocking Pandora's box, I discovered true self-love and self-awareness in a way that I never really understood.
I think this would be a great documentary, even if we didn't know who you are and if we didn't know any of the other characters, but we do know all of them. I mean, it's weird. You were friends with every kid actor from the 90s. It is unbelievable. I have a list here. And the list
is a small group of us.
Really long, but Mark Paul Gosselaar, Brian Austin Green, Stephen Dorff, David Arquette, Perry Farrell, Mark McGrath, Leonardo DiCaprio, Tobey Maguire, Jenny Lewis, Emmanuel Lewis, Sarah Gilbert. I mean, it goes on.
There's a lot of people. There's so many Easter eggs. You're going to have to rewind the doc like over and over and over to watch it all.
I was doing that. I was like, wait a minute,
Isn't that like, it's so wonderful, though, because really, we had such a joyful innocence, and there was a group of us that were truly authentic friends.
Yeah, you can see that.
And you can see that, right? Oh, I'm so happy.
And it's so strange for, I think, us to see that, because you were different characters on different shows, and then to see you together, it's almost like, you know, when Laverne and Shirley would visit Happy Days, but real.
I love that.
I thought it was interesting to see some of these people. And by the way, you know who seems like a great guy is Brian Austin Green.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's been such a dear friend.
To see these guys, mostly guys, looking at these videos, guys you were romantically involved with, guys who are just your friends, and really for people whose whole lives were recorded, were on television, you know, we saw them grow up, but to really see them grow up, you could see how emotional they get looking at this stuff.
Thank you. Well, you know, this was pre-social media. We were able to live our lives and just be free and be ourselves, you know, and something that was so incredible for me was that I really loved people. I didn't realize how loved back I was by those people. And when you look at the world through one lens, to be able, as a journalist, to go back and look at all of the different perspectives was awe-inspiring.
You seem like the center of the group.
I mean, there was such an amazing group. And really, when I started the documentary, I didn't want it to be anything about me. I tried to make it about everybody but me. It was going to be about the death of privacy. It ended up becoming like the death of my own privacy, right?
Yeah,
I mean, literally. And I was going through it, and I kept turning in cuts, and the question what the glue that brought it all together was. And then my dear friend Sean told me about this documentary, Sherman's March. Sean Penn, who I have the honor of working with on CORE. Thank you for all of your support. And he told me about this documentary, and Sherman's March had started as one journey and became another. And so then I cut a full found footage version. I had never watched all the tapes. So I had to sit with the hundreds of hours of tapes and the audio tapes and just live through the joy and also the heartbreak that happened along the way and the people that are no longer with us.
And there's a lot of sweetness, too. This is, we have a photo of you with Mark Wahlberg and Will Smith. How old are you in this picture?
It's one of my teen years.
Yeah. You had a big crush on Mark Wahlberg, although it seems like you had the crush on Will Smith.
I think I had a crush on both of them, and pretty sure I was crushed on both of them. And as you saw in the documentary, I had a lot of crushes. I really did, and you really see it throughout. There's things you know that nobody
Punky
else
and Marky
will know.
would have been a super couple that I don't think would ever have been top. One of the great things in this documentary, and it is, you know, it's unvarnished, is you're on stage speaking to a big group of kids like they used to do in the 90s all the time, telling them, say no to drugs, and you're really selling it. I mean, you really...
at that time, I really was saying no to drugs. It was just a few years later
and
that
then we
started...
cut to you tripping on mushrooms.
One of my favorite moments in the entire documentary is our mushroom trip. I have to say, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it real, you know?
Yeah.
And here's the great part about it is with my kids, right? I said, you know, I've really been through things, kids. And this was really a way to show I've really been through things, kids.
Yeah.
You know, you talk about it, you don't always have it to show them.
Yeah, it's a good way to get your kids to eat their mushrooms, you know?
But I believe in honesty, and I believe, you know, to show my daughters who are also coming of age, and that I felt like I was coming of age again, to be able to share it with them, and to be able to have these open lines of communication, for me, that was an incredible experience.
I believe in lying to my children and telling them I never
That's okay,
did
whatever works for you. Whatever works for you.
We'll find out if it works. I don't know. You are also doing now a reboot of Punky Brewster.
Yes, I feel like it's a continuation of Punky.
Continuation, okay.
Because I'm still Punky, and it's like Punky and I are rediscovering our Punky power all over again, and it premieres February 25th.
Is there a little girl in?
There's a little girl, Izzy, who reminds Punky of herself, and it's really about coming of age again. And Freddie Prinze Jr. plays my ex-husband, and we have all these amazing kids, and it's
Will
almost
we see
like
any of those kids doing mushrooms?
I don't think you'll see mushrooms. But we do deal with real topics. And so, in the same way that the original Punky Brewster dealt with real topics,
Right? Yeah. I love that when they did that.
We're doing that again, and I hope that people can watch it as a family.
Well, people are going to love this.
Around
I guarantee it. Kid 90. It comes out March 12th on Hulu. Soleil Moon Frye, thank you very much, Soleil. We'll be back with Lord Huron. Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel, and this is the Internet. I made it myself. Hit subscribe if you like it.